Everyone, welcome to Dwayne and Edie Food Travel and Fun. We're in the kitchen and we're doing something different.
Yep.
We're working together for once, or second time in a while. And we are going to prepare, what, three types? Or two types of salsa?
Salsa, and then we're making guacamole.
And then guacamole. Okay.
Inspired by our recent Mexican cruise where they shared the recipes. We went on an excursion, I'll link it below, called Salsa and Salsa, where you make salsas, make margaritas, eat and drink margaritas and salsas, and then they give you everything you need to be able to kind of do it at home.
All right. Now I'm a little closer to all set, and I'm back. So with our red, we need some garlic. This is roasted in the oven, steamed a bit. This should just squeeze right out. Oh, look at that. And how much garlic do I need, hon?
About 3 cloves, 4 cloves.
Cloves or
It says about 3 or 4
heads?
cloves. It says cloves.
Because right now you got about, a dozen cloves. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we need a dozen. But we do need it for the rest of the recipe,
So there you go. I have another head of garlic here.
that we may or may
You know
not
what?
need.
I am going to squeeze it in just because it's ready to go. It's all prepped just like the others. And I'll give you a nice close look at what we got here. So check it out. There is a bunch of garlic. And that was just steamed, put a little bit of olive oil, covered it, and here you go.
Yep,
So you
but
put that
let's talk
aside.
about what we had to do first.
Well, that was one of the things we needed.
Right, the garlic.
So what's next? So you're the one telling me the instructions. I'm just prepping
White
the food.
onions, roasted and chopped.
Okay, so so here's our onions. Everything was roasted. All our veggies came out of the pan. How much of this onion am I using?
It says half a white onion.
Okay, I easily have half of a white onion here. Okay, so you're putting a little bit of that garlic.
And I'm going to turn it
That's
into
plenty,
a mash. That's it.
Yeah, that's a lot of cloves. That's not much more than 3, but there
No,
you go.
there's still a bunch left.
And we like a lot of garlic, luckily, so.
And we like a lot of onion.
And we like a lot of onion. So this is just half an onion for sure, but it was a big onion. And I remember they said every time you put stuff like this in, you chop it up really well.
Oh, this is mashing beautifully. This is
Yeah,
better than when we mashed it on the excursion.
Well, there you go.
And it smells really good.
I'm going to give you the container because I bet you use it in other ones, in other sauces. So here you go. There's a whole bunch for you.
It says to mash the onions.
And take what you need.
Next is two roasted jalapenos and maybe a roasted serrano. And
Okay.
if you want to use the poblano, that would be the time
And
too.
we're using skins and all?
It's up to you.
Well, I'll use skins and all. I don't mind. So
I think we didn't skin them when
that's
we were doing
roasted.
it there.
This is 2 poblanos.
And I am mashing this
And these
garlic
are-
and onion together.
We skipping the seeds?
Yeah, let's skip the seeds.
Okay.
I
So
don't
there
like
are a bunch of seeds inside.
I don't like the seeds in my salsa anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of chewing the seeds.
No.
Even regardless of the heat difference, although jalapenos, heat's not really a problem.
From
It's
both.
the serrano that's hot. Some of the seeds. That's the hot pepper.
And I am mashing.
She's going to town mashing over there.
Yep, I'm making almost like an applesauce consistency of garlic and onion. That's the first step.
Let me see how well I did. I separated the membranes from the outer so that, there you go, the seeds just pull out.
Oh,
And it
wow.
leaves almost nothing.
Huh.
So it made it easy. A little shake down there, and there's 99% of the seeds gone. We don't even have to worry.
No, that's good.
Nice, quick, and easy. All right, so you just need this ready so you can just puree it down. So
Yep.
I'm going to cut it into long strips,
And
like
then
I'm doing,
chunks.
and then I'm going to chop it into chunks. So we left the skins on.
Yep,
Some of the skins are actually charred from roasting it in the oven.
and it gives it extra flavor.
So you're going to get a little bit of a smokiness from that,
Right.
which is a nice addition. So there's our
And this is actually the first time
jalapenos.
we've ever made a roasted salsa, like a cooked roasted salsa. Before that, you've been making pico de gallo.
I essentially make pico de gallo.
Here.
All right, bring it over and I'll bring.
Yep, and I'll start mashing.
Hold on. And what are we going to put in? We're going to put in the 2 serranos?
No, I think just one serrano.
Or just one serrano? Okay.
And maybe half a poblano or a poblano.
I got little serrano, I got big serrano.
It didn't even say...
I got a good-sized serrano.
It didn't even say we needed poblanos, but since they had them, I figured we could try them, right? And they're not a spicy pepper. So I'm sure
Poblano
it'll
is
taste
not
good.
spicy at all.
No, I think it'll taste good in the salsa, don't you? Especially
Look at all the
roasted.
seeds. So let's see how I did.
Oh, man.
That's a lot of seeds.
Yeah, it's a lot of seeds we don't want in our...
These seeds are hot. So
And the serrano pepper is the hot pepper. Here.
if you get 1 or 2 of these seeds, it's not a big deal. If you get a whole string of seeds, you just leave them. Only do that if you love hot and you know you can handle it.
We also saved some of the serranos that we can chop
We have fresh serrano.
fresh and then use that to add heat at the end if we want a little more.
We do have fresh. They even recommend working with gloves with the serrano.
Yeah.
Which I'm just going to be careful and not touch my eyes or other places. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Here's the heat.
That one's
Now, are we adding a poblano to this?
Let's add half a poblano to this and see how it
Okay.
tastes. Because we didn't make it and the recipe doesn't ask for it, but because the peppers were there, I figured we could try it. And I noticed you had ordered stuffed poblano at a restaurant on the recent cruise, and I figured we
Yes.
could try that, stuffing a poblano with some rice and some meat maybe this week. Roasted.
So now you get both. You do the skin peels right off,
Wow.
but I'm only peeling off a little bit where I cut through. But every time what I'm doing is I'm cutting that membrane, cutting the membranes while it's still inside the pepper, and it makes it so easy to clean. When these are actually blistered, like put over a flame and blistered, the skin peels off very easy. It is such an easy process to do.
And while they were teaching us how to make the salsa, they actually said it was your choice whether you wanted to include skin or not include skin.
I'm including, because we have a nice sized batch here, I am using the entire poblano.
And for those of you that don't know, we actually bought this while doing that class. It's
Yeah.
an actual mortar
Nice
and
mortar and
pestle.
pestle.
I don't know the Spanish name for it. They told us
It's a mortar and pestle.
molcajete, I think is the Spanish word for it. But we bought it.
How's your mashing going?
It's not quite as mashed as I would like.
Maybe I'll help mash a little. But here I have the poblano to add in as well.
Okay,
So let's add that. I'm going to just bring it over because I want to do it right. It's a lot.
okay.
Hold on.
I think that's enough poblano.
Well, let me just, may as well, let's finish it. Here.
Okay.
Keep
We're going to have to add extra tomatoes to make up for the poblanos.
So we add extra tomatoes.
Yeah, we'll also make a bigger batch here. All right.
You
It
wanted,
smells
you
good.
said you wanted a bigger batch.
I do. I want to share it with family tomorrow. So
Okay. Keeping
next
my
up
little hands clean.
are
So,
the
is it the tomatoes?
roasted Roma tomatoes.
How many
Well,
does that
the
call
recipe
for?
asked for 2, but because of this, we're probably going to have to use at least 3 or 4.
All right, I peeled the skin off one. I'm going to keep peeling them.
Let's do 4.
Let's do 3.
Okay.
I don't think we're adjusting it that far off with a poblano. Poblano does not change the heat of this.
It just gives it more color that's green. More
No,
like the-
poblano has a flavor, and it's a very nice flavor, because I've eaten poblanos plenty. All right, so what?
It says to dice the tomato.
Just dice it right down
Yep.
with everything?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to dice it into this bowl.
Perfect.
That way we don't lose our juice.
The one
But
thing
I
we
am
forgot
peeling
was
it
to
still.
get the salt. I'm going to get the
Well,
salt
you'll have
while
to-
I think of it.
You go get the salt while you're thinking of it.
We're gonna need it.
It does need salt. Salt actually
Really,
not only preserves, but it starts the breaking down process.
it does. And you actually use quite a bit of salt when you make salsa, as I quickly learned.
Okay. So you might not see this very well because I got to do it in this bowl. But I am dicing these up much as I can. Well, the juice is that's your acid level coming in, right? That's bringing your acid back in. And if you don't have that acid, it changes it quite a bit.
Yep. That's why they call this the spicy red salsa. The one we're going to make right after is just green. Salsa verde.
Let me see if I can get this as well.
More
Because
juice.
there's a lot of... Plus, I want to clean up my board anyways. That might be loud, guys, but I needed to get my board clean again. And my hands, for that matter, boy. There we go. Boy, it was nice and clean. My hands are pretty good.
Yep.
And you've got a bowl of some chopped up, ready to mash. Boy, your bowl's getting full.
I know. I think it was the poblano that put it over the top.
Added a lot to it.
Yeah, but that's okay because this is going to make
and
it.
You now got your salt.
And now I'll mash everything. And first I'll clean
And
it
I'll
up
take
with
that
this
back
fork.
over here.
And then do the
In case I
mashing.
need that.
The onions and the mashed really well.
That is a big, full bowl. So what else is going in there?
Cilantro, lime juice, and salt.
Okay. So we have several limes. You cut them in half. We have let me reach over. We got a nice little lime squeezer, lemon squeezer. Put that lime in.
This actually looks more like a cross between.
Now the lime goes in like this, face up, where you cut it, and it's going to come like this, and you're going to squeeze it. There are holes in the bottom, but we're going to wait to do that. And what I'll do sometimes was I'll leave a lime in there and add a second lime, right? The second half, right with the first half, because it makes it squeeze it even tighter, and it squeezes more out of that first half. So there's a lot of squeezing that gets going on. Look at you go.
Look at it, it's getting mashed though.
Want to show close what that's looking like? Get a nice.
It's actually not as red because we put that extra poblano in it. So I think it's not as spicy red. It's more green. It's kind of a cross between the salsa verde and the.
How's it looking? Let's see.
I'm mixing it up a little bit more before I continue
Oh, I
mashing.
know what they gave us.
What's that?
Why does that need lime?
Yeah, it needs lime and salt.
And
right?
salt, yes. Especially the lime.
But it is getting mushy though. It's all nice and mushy.
That was very good though.
It's probably going to be delicious.
Considering how good that is with missing ingredients. This one doesn't get cilantro though.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Pinch of cilantro, salt to taste, and
Right.
lime juice.
Well, why don't I
Make it
make
limey
up
and
chop up a
cilantro-ish.
pinch of cilantro while you
Continue
keep
to
doing
mash.
that. I thought the first one didn't get cilantro.
Nope,
That's my
they
mistake.
all get
They all
cilantro.
got
I
it.
have the original Salsa and Salsa recipe sheet right here.
And they're all getting it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
mortar and pestle
Doesn't
getting a
matter
little-
about the order of things.
Yeah,
I
and it's
don't
getting a
believe.
little too full for me to continue mashing.
So.
When you're mashing it with your knuckles, it's not as much fun.
Well, you better get your
I'm using a fork and spoon.
lime in there.
Yeah, the lime has to go in there for sure. Ooh, that cilantro smells awesome.
Well, the lime's ready to go. So why don't you stop that, and because you're not going to mash it at all with a fork. So.
No. Okay.
And you sure? Because I'll tell you, I had a hard time squeezing these limes.
Why don't you try it then? I think it's the wrong way. No, you have to. No,
No, it isn't. You have to get into the lime.
well, they said to put the lime upside down the way. But
See,
they
look how much I got.
They said to put the skin on that side and then.
I will flip it over and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what they said. There's probably more than one way to
Skin a cat.
and get lime juice out of a lime. Oh, a lot of juice. Lots of lime juice. Do you like lime juice?
I like lime juice. There, see, I was skinning it and flipping it, and I'm gonna try it again.
Do you want to taste it for limeness?
Well, this is only half the lime, the first half.
Okay.
Oh, look how much it just got there, though.
Yeah. It said
Every
you
time
add,
I go back to it,
said
I
you
get a
add
little
the
more.
lime to your own taste, so
Okay.
everybody can add as much or as little lime, salt,
Okay, so we're doing
and
it that way
cilantro.
with
Some people don't like cilantro.
the peel
either.
up.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of juice.
Well, I like lime juice,
Yeah. I can smell it, lime juice. Wow.
and it got a lot out of there.
Yep, certainly did. I think it's time to salt this thing up.
Let me see.
Salt up this baby.
Okay, well, salt it up. And what we didn't have here with us are some chips. So why don't I get some chips while you salt that?
I will, and I'll mash it all up with the salt now.
And I could
does
rinse my
need a
hand
lot of
off
salt.
anyway, so.
They don't give you an amount, but they do say salt it. And if you think you put enough salt, salt it some more. Everybody had to keep running to the salt shakers when we were making this in the salsa class.
Oh yeah, you couldn't over salt
You
it.
cannot oversalt this stuff, I don't think.
The
They
chips-
say it keeps for about 5 or 6 days in the fridge, too.
Okay.
All right,
Well, why don't we move this?
here is our spicy red roasted salsa.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try to tip that so you can get a nice look. That is spicy red. Did I spill any? No, I think I came right to the edge.
Yeah, it's pretty full. The next one will be a lot less than this because we're making it with the tomatillos.
Well,
Go ahead.
me
You're
sit
the
down.
taste tester.
no, we both taste test
Well,
this.
yeah, we will.
So here you go. Chips are right within reach. Cilantro comes through good.
That's a good salsa.
Needs more salt.
Needs more salt. I agree.
But
Very mild. You could almost use some heat from some,
you'll probably use a second Serrano.
not a roasted one though, one of the,
A plain,
yeah.
raw.
And maybe next time we make the rojo, the green one, we'll use extra serrano because these don't seem to be that hot. I like the taste of the poblano in the salsa though.
Oh yeah, you can tell the difference, right, from when we had it before. All right, let me try another one just to
Just to make sure it tastes good.
make sure we did a good job.
I think it will all taste better cold once it sits for a while in the fridge.
Pretty good like that.
So here you go.
I honestly think a touch more salt or lime.
It tasted pretty
The lime
limey.
level was pretty good. The salt level was kind of light.
Yeah. And the heat level too.
Yeah, we would put, for our preference,
We should add a
raw poblano.
Serrano.
Serrano, sorry. Not poblano.
Not
poblano,
with the seeds. Not with any seeds though.
poblano will only make this more mild.
That's right.
Seeds are not, as far as that one goes. All right, let's say. There we go.
I needed the salt, right?
Very nice. Yep. So that's our first salsa. A nice red. And we will move on to the second salsa, which is a green salsa with tomatillos. And that's part of making the guacamole.
Right.
Really is the secret.
So
all
we're
right,
gonna do-
we
ready?
are back.
Salsa verde time.
Salsa verde.
Start off with almost exactly the same thing, a mashing of garlic and onion.
And I will be needing, what am I using for peppers to get me started? I'm going to start with these tomatillos.
Jalapenos, serranos, and poblanos.
do I do with the
and
tomatillos? Two?
Those, actually, no, you used quite a bit of those. It said
And are we saving all the juice? What am I doing with these?
4 roasted tomatillos.
Okay, I have 4, but
It said just dice it.
so juice and all.
Yep.
So a tomatillo is nightshade. It's in the nightshade family.
It's like in the tomato family.
Tomato is nightshade. So technically, they come from a poisonous family.
So technically, tomatoes are poisonous. Is
Yes.
that why Tom Brady
for many,
wouldn't eat?
for many years, people would not eat tomatoes
I do remember that in history class. People used to say that.
because they were considered poisonous.
When did they get unpoisoned?
I don't know. When some guy didn't die eating it, probably. He probably went out and said, "The hell with it! I'm going to kill myself." And
I
he
am going to
didn't.
use all the onion because this is going to be the base for the best guac anyone's ever tasted.
Okay, and we're going to use all this tomatillo. So this is a really big tomatillo, and we had 4 of them. 2 of them were just normal size. They're usually much smaller than tomatoes. And
Yeah.
when you see them in the store, they have those husks on them. They're right near the tomatoes, but they'll have a husk. And yeah, our job is to peel off that husk and chop these up and make a nice base for our green salsa verde. Tomatillos are very tangy. So even without adding in the lemon and stuff, there's a lot of an acid flavor here. Very nice. I love them. So
You can add the tomatillos right
I
here.
want to add them right in again.
Yep. Let me see if I've mixed or missed anything. Nope.
I'm going to just help them along.
We just need a serrano and a jalapeno.
And there you go. You can have it right back.
Perfect.
And we need a serrano. Just one?
It says up to you. It said 1 or 2
Two.
serranos or jalapenos, depending on what.
2 serranos.
Yep.
I'm gonna cut out the seeds. So once again, I like to cut the membranes inside.
Yep.
I'll just cut that membrane. You can, when you look in, you cut the top off, you look in, it connects in like 3 spots. And then you go from the inside out. And now you have freed up the bulk of the seeds and really made your job easy. So I already did this one, inside out. And there it is, the bulk of the seeds.
And remember, be careful with the serranos.
Serranos, be careful, don't be like me. Don't touch them all over the place and
Touch your face,
then
touch
blow
your
your
eyes.
nose. And be like, oh, boy, that was funny, that was hot. Because it is, they really are.
A lot of people prefer the salsa verde. When they make certain dishes, chilaquiles and other things, they like the salsa verde sauce.
If I remember well, I think I preferred the green.
Yeah, a lot of people did when we were making it in the class.
I know the guacamole that is made with it. That was great. So,
Which he actually added, it says to preserve a 1/4 cup of this to make your guac, but you put in like 3/4 of it, right?
I put in the end,
Like half of it?
whatever I had left.
Ah,
So I started with the 1/4, but I still had some left over. And the 1/4 made it so much better that I said, wait a minute, let me add more. I added most of the rest, maybe even all of it at that point, and loved it.
I do want to add a ripe, fresh serrano to the guac to give it some zing, though.
You want to add it to the guac or to this?
Both, probably.
Because this will end up in the guac.
Because
So
I think when we did it, we put like at least half
because
of one.
wait a minute,
chopped up.
you're gonna have to excuse me here. But
You're going to test?
straight to see how much mellower the roasted is,
I'm
because
sure it is.
I think it didn't add as much. All right, I'm ready to give you a
Okay.
pile if you're ready to take it.
Yep. And this is the serrano, right? Or the jalapeno?
This is Serrano.
Okay.
How much jalapeno?
It said to add one of each, if that's what you wanted. You could actually kind of do it by taste if you like things spicy
You know
or
what?
not.
That was the jalapeno. My mistake.
This is the jalapeno.
No wonder it was so mild.
Okay. Most jalapenos I do find mild.
There's supposed to have been, there's something going on where the jalapenos
Are not hot enough?
losing their heat.
Really?
Yes, you can look it up in the news. There's articles about there saying jalapenos are not as hot as they used to be anymore. So, not sure what's happened to them, but there's word out there that they're losing their heat. Yeah, see, this is the Serrano, much smaller.
Much smaller. Taste a piece of it and see if it's really
Because that
mild.
last piece I just tried
Tasted
was
like,
a piece of cake.
oh, like not even a pepper.
Well, no, like a pepper, but
Like a bell pepper.
nice difference.
Oh.
Not as hot as the raw, but hot for sure. We're getting some heat out of this. Good, it's hitting me slow, it's coming in.
So that means one of the fresh ones will add what we need to this at the end, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we used in the salsa class too.
So this is what they tell you to be careful with. All right, bring it on over. And you just mix that in.
Yep.
Ooh, my fingers are tingling. Here, I'll be right back. Let me pause this.
So now we can, if we want, have an option of one chopped tomato or not, but we don't need to add any poblanos, and this is just pretty much ready for the cilantro and the lime.
Want me to cut you some limes? We'll see if you can
Sure.
squeeze it in. Mm-hmm. There's your lime, there's your squeezer. I have cut into this. And yes, I'm using one of these, a fresh Serrano that we're putting in.
And just how hard is it to do this?
Very.
You didn't warn me that my hands are, I think, are too weak. I need both hands. I am getting juice, but definitely not. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at me go.
You getting some juice now?
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Oh, yes. I did it.
You're proud.
Oh, yeah.
You actually got the juice.
Lots of juice. There's half. Oh, yeah. That one's killed. And here's the next one.
I'm gonna get all these seeds off this thing.
Yeah, the seeds are
Because
there.
I don't know what the seeds are from.
Well, at this point, you've cut so many peppers.
They could be serranos, they could be poblanos, they could be... There's a selection, yes.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing like fresh lime juice.
Did you get it all?
I think so. Doesn't seem to be much left here.
Oh, good. Well, now we know you can do it.
That's it. And now, time to mash.
Now these are raw, and I would definitely be more careful.
Definitely.
The raw ones are much more concentrated.
I'm adding the cilantro now. Cilantro really adds to this,
Here
I
you
think,
go.
right? And then I'll,
If you want to slide over here.
Yep.
Oh, I mashed the cilantro. I chopped it up before for you.
oh, did you?
Yep, but.
Well, I guess it'll just be this
Bring
way.
that over because you got to mash this into it too.
Okay.
Can I mash? Let me put this in first. Because you don't want to touch this.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you. Go ahead. Yeah, we really should have probably chopped that cilantro up. But. All right, what else am I adding? Anything?
We're going to add some salt here. Well, now it's your choice. You can add a tomato to this or not. It's up to you.
No, I want it to stay green.
Okay.
Keep it green. Keep it like that.
We can actually use the rest of that and build up that batch of the
We
one.
can make a different.
We can just add to the batch that
We
we
can
made.
take all of that
Yep.
and make another batch.
Make another batch, right?
Yeah.
And then mix both batches together.
Can I mash that?
You certainly can. My hand is beginning
I bet
to
your hand
get.
is done.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Because I'm watching you try to mash and you're not really mashing much. Yeah, I can feel a lot of
Lumps.
stuff like needs to be mashed up. Got some on me. Yeah, I have everything. I see carrots. I mean, carrot. I see onions. I see.
I mashed the onions pretty good with the garlic, though.
I can hear it mashing up pretty good down there.
It definitely turns into a paste.
Well, that's what we're shooting for. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, especially with the bigger cilantro chunks, I'm trying to get them down too. But anyways, all right, so.
So now it needs salt. That's the
Yeah,
only
definitely
thing
get some,
left.
add salt.
That's the
And
only
don't
thing.
be shy.
Nope, I'm not shy. They said this one needed to be salted more than the red. Folks, don't try this much salt on anything else at home, but in salsa, you have to.
Okay, let's go with that.
Okay.
Let me get that down in there.
I do have a big spoon that you can use for blending.
It'll just get in there as I mash. So.
Yep. I've never made
I can-
salsa verde before.
I can hear it mashing. It's getting better though.
Yeah, I think so.
So this is what it takes. A good bit of mashing, bit of work. I won't even say, I would say honestly like a blender isn't even cheating. I would think it's just, not only is it the wrong way to do this, but that because you're just going to end up with a puree.
Yeah, and you don't want that. They really do want it to be
And the
hand
chunks-
mashed. Yeah, there's something special about a roasted salsa.
Yeah.
Ready for the taste test? Here, do you want the spoon to give it a
I guess
couple of
so.
blends? There you go, you get a fork.
I'm gonna blend it up a little bit.
And this one has the raw serrano, right? Yes, the one that you didn't let me touch.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
That's why I wanted to blend
It
that
would only be
down
salt?
more because those were just chunks, not, so you would get chunks of serrano.
So it's basically just more lime
Yeah.
or salt at this point for you.
Okay, throw that out. At this point, here, let's, let me move this out of the way. We don't need that.
Nope.
All right, be brave.
I'm gonna have just a little of it, just in case it's too spicy.
Oh, I don't believe it will be.
Oh, it's good. Limey. Not very spicy. What do you think? You need salt.
Not overly spicy at all.
Nope.
We could even use another serrano.
Yep, I think we should before we mix in the avocado to make the
Nice lime.
really good lime.
And I think you get part of that acid because of
The tomatillo.
Maybe a little more salt, but not even all that much. The salt really isn't too far off.
Good. There we go. I definitely can taste the serrano pepper in there, though. It makes it really tasty.
So we're gonna heat this up a little with another serrano.
Yep. And then show you how you use this to make the best guacamole.
To make a great guacamole.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
So
So
we'll be-
there's the final. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, move that.
It's a beautiful
gotta move
salsa verde.
What?
There it is.
There it is. Oops, it's dripping. Oh well. Lost the drip. But that's okay. You got to see it. Yep, there's the salsa verde, which we tasted, and we added more serrano. And now it's avocado time.
Time for the guac.
Time for guacamole.
And remember, this salsa verde becomes the base for this guacamole. Something we just learned when we did that excursion. And this is the first time I've ever made guac with a salsa verde. I've never made a roasted salsa verde before, so
That's fun.
there's one. We were lucky enough to find ripe avocados today.
We got 2 ripe ones, which really surprised me.
We have 3 that are hard as a rock for another day, though.
Or another meal. Something
Another
else.
meal. Yeah. I do like avocado and sandwiches.
Look
and
at the
stuff.
look at the size of that little tiny seed now. It's one of the smallest avocado seeds I can remember. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Ah.
It's small. I'm used.
Oh, wait,
I'm used
there
to
it
seeing.
goes.
I'm used to seeing big ones. That's the size of a grape.
Oh my God, where's the other one? Oh, I lost it. The other one, you can just see from the pit sizes, quite a difference. So, all right, gonna take a nice little spoon, scoop it out. Oh, this one's still a little hard.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. You'll have your work cut out for you.
I'm mashing this one.
Hey, to actually get something anywhere near
Ripe.
ripe, right out of the store,
It's hard.
is rare.
Yep. And this one is ripe.
It's pretty close. It's good. Is it mashing both now, or you want me to get that out of there?
You might have to chop that one a little smaller for me so I can mash it.
All right, so we'll start off with just one avocado, which we did one avocado when we did it. It was just one each when we made it. So, and you keep mashing away.
mash and mash away. Here we go.
You know, it might help you.
What's that?
Oh, here.
The spoon will help, yes.
No, not that. Well, maybe that. But that was not what I was thinking. Squeeze some lime in there.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
No, but then it might make it easier to, because it's going to thin it out.
All right.
So you squeeze some lime. I get my fingers back. I mean, I can try to give you this if you want. I can chop it up into little bits.
Yeah.
It feels really hard, though.
If you think it's going to ruin the guac, then...
Thought it was softer than that.
Oh, this lime is big. It barely fits inside of the,
Yeah,
the
it's
lime
still
squeezer.
it's still really too hard, unfortunately.
Okay, then we can't use it.
Yeah, let's leave it out.
Okay. Well, this lime is too big to fit in here.
All right, let
We
me
might
see
have
what
to
I
cut
can
it into
do.
smaller pieces. That's
That's
all.
a big lime.
Yep, that's a big lime. Cut it into a quarter and put it in here. In the meantime...
Boy, we're having trouble now, huh?
Yeah, you would think that the guac would be the easy part. Actually, this one is beautifully mashing, so this one's not a problem at all. There you go.
There you go. It's a lot less, but... So I'll keep mashing this in while you keep doing that. Is that helping you mash?
It is making it easier.
There you go.
And just so people can see, that's the mashable avocado in there now. I do like some chunks of avocado in the guac though, don't you?
Well, you can wait now and let me...
Yeah, now you're going to be mixing the salsa verde with it anyway.
Well, you'll get chunks from that.
Yeah, you get chunks from everything, and you can actually use the spoon. And the only thing you need is the avocado
that was a good
and
one.
the lime and salt. The rest of it is taken care of by the salsa verde.
And there we go. Okay. Before I go too far, because I don't want to mash and mash and mash,
No, 'cause-
and then mash some more. Let's get some of the salt in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems like a lot of salt, but
It isn't.
Ooh, that's a nice seed for you. That's probably, oh, that's from before.
Oh, okay.
So that's okay. I was gonna say that's probably a serrano seed. So I'm not really mashing it too hard. I'm more trying to mix it right now. It looks pretty mashed. There's a couple nice chunks that we can still see. Okay. And that's it from here.
That's it. Time to add the salsa verde to the guac and make the guac. That's it. Good. Wonderful.
So there you go. A nice big pile of
Mashed avocado.
mashed avocado. And I don't have a nice clean spoon, but that's okay. It's clean enough. I'll use this fork. So they said add about a quarter of this mix. And when we did it, I just easily added half. Because I found adding extra salsa verde only made it better.
Yeah, they said a quarter cup, and we still have at least a cup of it left in there.
We still,
'Cause we made a
I just
bigger
used
batch.
half of whatever that mix is.
Okay.
So I just put in half.
And it's only one avocado, so it should be good.
Oh yeah. It thinned it out nice. It made it,
The consistency looks great.
consistency looks good. Let's see, guys. Okay. So there it is. That is guacamole, which, let's try.
I do like guac. That's a good guac.
Not too hot with extra pepper.
Not at all.
I could use more salsa verde.
I think so. It could use a little more of that tanginess.
Oops, I spilled it all in.
Oh well. Looks like we'll have no salsa verde, but we'll
Filling
have
it
lots of
all
guac.
is definitely, that was a big oops. But the more you add, the better it just seems to get. Because that salsa verde by itself is outstanding. So you can only improve this. And now,
Okay,
I'd
time
say
for the
it's-
taste.
There you go. Let me find a nice chip.
Now that's a really good guac. You can't put too much of that stuff in it.
Oh yeah.
I can taste
Took it
the
over the
spice now.
top.
Over the
lime.
top, the lime, the serrano. It's got zing to it, pepper to it. It's a very good guac. Very good fresh made.
You can't get that
In a restaurant.
table side anywhere.
No, so good. Well, that's because they don't do all of this. Remember, we put roasted stuff in there, so.
You put a lot of stuff in there. You put, I mean, just the fact that it's made with salsa verde, I think that restaurants are making a mistake. They should go in and say, here's your guac with the salsa verde, just, there you go.
So, anyway, that's it. Thank you for joining us and making salsa with us today.
Yeah. As we made our 3 types, thank you, Dwayne and Nadia, Food, Travel, and Fun. Tell your friends, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you next time.
And I will link to the salsa and salsa excursion that we went to in Mazatlan, which is where we learned to make these salsas.
Oh, so good.
Bye.
Bye.